Hello, welcome to day 27 of me, Akhilesh, was talking straight into the camera. And I guess you would find today's video to be a little bit different because I am shooting this video from my mobile phone, and that too, mobile phone's back camera with the help of the tripod. So I actually, as usual, I try to take the video from our camera only, but I guess it should be, yeah, it has no battery at all. So I have just put now in charge. So the why it doesn't have charge is because initially when I was uploading these videos, in the initial first 10 videos, like 15 videos, the when i when I complete shooting and when I connect the camera with the data cable, it will be so fast. It will upload in, by fast I mean, it will just take, if it is a 30-minute video, it would take 30 minutes to get upload. And after that, the YouTube thing will happen, like uh, uploading to the HD version and verifying the video, all this stuff will happen. So if it is a 10-minute video, maximum it would take 20 minutes to get published. But very recently it is taking so much time. So I will just hit the upload video button, and I will just leave my laptop switched on, uh, to make it, to keep it uploading all over the night. And when I am connecting the camera with the laptop, the camera should actually be in on. It should not be in off, it should be on. So maybe I must have forgot to switch it off today morning, and that's why its battery is dead right now. This is the first time I am making, I have drained my camera's battery, feeling pretty bad about it. And first, for the first time talking straight into the camera, I mean without seeing any feedback, it feels bit different. And I'm little bit scared also. I hope the video is recording. Wait, let me check once. Okay, yeah, it's recording only, and I hope the audio is also clear. So now I have to plug my, okay, now even now it's pretty big job only. I have to plug my phone to the laptop to upload. Okay, that's fine. And anyway, anyhow, I don't have much to speak about today. I want to convey one thing which is keep on lingering in my mind. I don't know if lingering is the correct word. I don't know why I wanted to say that. Okay, the thing is, we all we all are citizen of our nation. Okay, so in primary school, I guess we got the subject civics at, not in the primary school, but in eighth grade, I guess. Only at eighth grade we had a subject called civics, eighth or ninth grade. But even before, in primary school, we used to have the subject called EVS, right? EVS, I forget the full form. Environment science, environmental science, right? Social science. EVS is like the science thing. Okay, this thing will come under social science. So within that social science, in that, the first subject which talk about the civics, I can't remember what we studied in civics. Actually, what civics is about? Maybe I have to explore more about it. Okay, because we had civics in class 10. I got centum in social science. So the social science paper is combination of uh, history, geography, and civics. So for that single paper, we actually had three different stuff teaching that. So yeah, let's come to our main point. So in the very first class of civics, they will tell that to be a citizen of any nation, their utmost responsibility is to pay tax. And why we are paying tax? We are paying tax so that the nation actually runs. Because to run a nation, you need so much money, and that's why they collect it from the citizens in forms of tax. So in India, we have different types of tax. Okay, actually, looking straight into this camera, it is actually distracting. Okay, I will try to see something else. Okay, okay. It didn't feel pretty weird when I'm talking to the camera, my mirrorless camera, but it feels so different. Like the walls feels little bit near some depth. Depth illusion is happening. Okay. So in India, we do pay different forms of tax. We can split tax into two parts: direct tax and indirect tax. So direct tax is what we pay as income tax. So the income tax is, as the name says, it is a tax on our income. So whatever he earn, if you are an employee, whatever salary you get and other sorts of income, you'll be taxed for that. And if you are an employer, like an businessman or entrepreneur, you will pay what is left in that financial year in your current account. Or even a businessman will act, typically he should get a salary from the business. But let's say if he's a proprietor, and he so if he's a proprietor means he is the single ownership, so there's no other owners in that company. So anything that company earns or owns, it belongs to that person. Like how Timo Track is right now. So the Mosi Trade, I am the proprietor of the Mosi Trading Company. So that's how it is. Okay. So in that case, whatever the company earns, the company will have its own expenses, right? We have to pay for the rent, salary, and everything. So whatever which is left over at that financial year in that bank accounts or whatever accounts, it will be considered as profit for that year, and we have to pay tax for that profit. So this is how it works. So this is how income tax, the direct tax works. So what is so if that is direct tax, there should be an indirect tax, right? And that indirect tax is the GST that we pay for. So we pay So what is GST? GST is basically goods and service tax. So as the name says, it is the tax that we pay when we obtain any goods, any product or services. So instead of goods, they should call it, instead of GST, they should actually name it as PST, products and service tax. What is goods becomes goods is making it like more like a commodity. Okay, so let's not bother about that. So that is what GST. And recently, we all know, right, last year many reforms came in that GST. So they name it as GST 2.0. So right now we have different slabs on the GST. Like for some products, some essential products, critical products, there is no GST at all. For example, insurance, personal insurances like health insurance, term insurance, there is no GST to it. Before there used to be GST on the premiums that we pay, but right now there is no. And again, there is no GST on any agricultural products. So if we buy rice, wheat, pulses, there is no GST on that. And there are the first GST slab is 5% slab, which is levied on what to say, essential. How could we name it? We could say it as needs, basic needs like for packed foods, maybe. So I am not an GST expert, but yeah. So like packed foods, any other services which is not a luxury, it comes in this 5%. So most of the things that we have actually doesn't comes under 5%. So it comes on the next slab, which is 18%. So in this 18%, well, so if you buy a mobile phone, probably it will have 18% GST. If you buy any services, like actually our Netflix bill, if it is 399, it will in I think it is inclusive of the GST or phone bills, anything, any travel, bus ticket, cinema tickets. Actually cinema tickets have more tax, I guess. There is some surcharge over it. So see, that's how it gets complicated. So surcharge is nothing but tax on tax. So if you are earning good, government is encouraging you, is appreciating you by asking even more tax. So that sounds crazy, right? So at some, so in direct tax, in income tax also there are different slabs, of course. So right now there is, if someone is earning like 12 lakhs, 12.5 lakhs per annum, they won't have any tax liability. It doesn't mean that they don't need to file for tax return. Many people are thinking like that, but it is not like that. So even if you just earn 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs, it is better to file tax returns, so that whatever money you earn, that 5 lakhs, it becomes like a legitimate money. So maybe in future we might need to, there might come some scenario where we need to take some loans or some anything. So even if we want to take some term insurance, and if you are self-employed like that, they will just look for the past 3 years or 5 years ITR statements, even for the anything. And if we have a very good record, and that process will be little bit seamless. And if not, maybe we won't be getting better deals. So let's say if we want some housing loan, if we have all these documents proper, all these ITR filings proper, we might get the interest rate below 9% or 8%, like that. Failing to have such, we might have interest rates like 10%, so and even above. So that is the importance of properly filing IT returns. Okay, no matter, even if you fall under this 12.5 lakh mark, we definitely have to file it. And that shouldn't be a problem for salaried people, because most of their hard-earned money is already uh, debited at source. So that is called as TDS, tax debited at source. And similarly, like how tax debited at source, there is also something called as tax credited at source. So it is even more complicated. Like it happens. So if there is some businessman, and he is paying some professional a very big amount, while paying him the amount, the buyer will pay the seller's tax, the seller's income tax, as part of the payment. So that is what actually TCS is. That is what I believe to have believed. So so yeah. So this is, so if you are listening to this video, if you are watching this video, you might feel already overwhelming to know these much stuff, but this is just a tip of the iceberg. So the Indian tax law or tax provisions, these things go very much deeper. And this there might be specific taxes for specific businesses. Like if somebody is in tobacco manufacturing, they have sin tax. Like if they are someone is in up to liquor sales in Tamil Nadu, it's publicly privatized. So only one entity can do that, but in other states they might also have sin tax for that. Even in the GST there is luxury segment, which actually has higher GST. I guess it's 30%, 40%, I don't know. So but there is an luxury slab. And of course, if you are getting iPhones, those importers, those people, when if someone imports stuffs from abroad, they are paid duty tax. And if you are trying to just buy a brand new MacBook Air from United States and just getting that whole box without unboxing, you have to pay custom duty, which is also a form of tax. And it doesn't ends there, right? every day you are every day we are using roads. So how we are using roads? We are using two wheelers, cars, and everything. And each and every time when we ride that car through a toll gate, we are paying toll, which is also a form of tax. We are paying in despite of already having paid the road tax when we purchase the vehicle. And there is also GST on top of that. So there is road tax, and again RTO, that that inspection. And whenever we renew that for all this pollution certificate, we again pay for it. And to run that vehicle, we have to pay for fuel. And that fuel doesn't comes under GST. It's under the control of state government. So the state puts VAT over it. So what is VAT? It is value added tax, and the state decides it. So even though you are an Indian, even if you are Kanyakumari, and even if you are at Kashmir, but the for the petrol price that you pay differs for each state. One obvious reason is the transportation cost from the refineries to that specific state. But still, one major part is how much tax that state government decides to collect from you when you purchase any fuel. So there is tax over there. And yeah, there is something called as RCM, reverse charge mechanism. And there are so many things. So yeah, we all know that incident, the popcorn tax, the tax on selling a second-hand car or while purchasing a first-hand car. So my point is, so we are paying so much things, but are we getting that's enough value from the people or from the structure that is getting these things from us? So yeah, because today I was reading so much about it, and it's really to a point, it's actually frustrating. Because before, like some year, many times before this, many people will uh, cry about paying tax. And in many business forums, even in the forums like Yes and Escalator, I would say, right, I'm not afraid to name things, because I am not telling anything wrong. Okay, so over there, some fellow entrepreneurs, fellow businessmen will just express their disappointment about these tax structures. And when they tell like that, that leadership team will tell like, why are you telling like this? We need government to no one only because of this government, not specifically the party which is running, but they mention anyone who is running the show. Only because they are running the government, we are able to do this businesses. So we should be happy to pay all these taxes, he said. But yeah, I beg to disagree in that point. Because the same thing, I guess. So it's not only for it's not just this frustration is not just with entrepreneurs, but also with salaried people. Because as I said, the salaried people is affected the most, because they get their salary after all this tax deduction only. So yeah, that's it. So every to a point, people are not actually uh, what to say. They are people are many think that people never ever wants to pay for anything, but it's actually not like that. people want to pay for stuff where they see value actually. So if they could see enough value, they won't mind paying tax. So many people will, after a certain income level, many people will think of moving abroad. So just before like 2 to 3 months, 4 months back, everyone wanted to, that high net worth individuals, ultra Chennai, UHNI peoples, all these people wanted to shift to Dubai or somewhere else. So Dubai is like a tax haven, but people also wanted to move to European countries, Singapore or other countries. But the different thing is, in some of those countries the tax rate is even higher. So in India, the maximum tax slab is like 30%, and with all the surcharge, it might go up to 40 to 43%. So let's say 45%. It doesn't mean that if it is someone is earning 5 crores, like if someone is earning 10 crores, 4.5 crores will be going as tax. It's not like that. So the slab works in a different way, but still it would be in a very big amount only. The point is, if they go to somewhere, if they go abroad, the tax will be even higher. But they are happy to accept it because they are getting value from the government for it. What are those values? They are getting very good education, they are getting very good health care, and they are getting very good infrastructure, and the most important thing out of all, they get very good safety. So all this stuff, whatever I said, it's really, what to say, it's debatable. We could claim that, how we could tell that same thing, the grass is always greener on the other side. But the grass is greener on the side where we water much. So I am telling this line with the inspiration from Justin Bieber song, As Long As You Love Me. But it's all true, right? The grass is going to be greener where we water it. So if if they water it, if they took care of these grass, why people want to leave, why these butterflies will leave? So that's what say. So and coincidentally, this video I am recording this video just 3 days before Tamil Nadu election, and it will take it will be uploaded 21st April, so 2 days before. It's not like that this single video is going to disrupt the whole thing, and it's just state election, so they don't have much authority to do with this GST, IT and all. It's yeah, it will be decided by different councils, GST council and so many other stuffs. So yeah, economics is very complex. So changing this tax percentage from 5% to 6% or 5% to 4% will directly and indirectly will impact the whole nation, not just a specific group, but the whole nation. So of course there will be definitely pros and cons in many model. So many people will be frustrated, when I am paying income tax, why should I pay GST? And GST is actually, GST is same for everyone, right? Even if some person with 1,000 crores of net worth, who is earning like every year 10 crores, so this ultra high net worth individual, if he buys, yeah, 10 rupee milk bikis, he also pays the same GST. And someone who is below the poverty line, when he buys that biscuit, he also pays that same tax. So the guy below the poverty line, that would be his whole meal for the whole day. That, but for this ultra Chennai, it could be his for the dogs or for the fish in his lake house, to put in this pond for those fishes, anything like that. Maybe they could even get high branded biscuit for those stuffs. So that's what. So GST is, what is the pro of it? It sees everyone as equal. So that's the pro and that's the con also. So, but see, with the income tax, the problem with that is, it is not giving the people an incentive to earn more at all, because if someone earns more they have to pay more tax. So earning more should be a happy thing, but having this cost is making them feel bad about it in some ways. So yeah, so we have so much complicated financial systems, and to sail through these systems we definitely need people who run the show in an efficient way, better way. So better they utilize all these tax money to things which makes sense actually. So not for erecting statues or anything. So maybe use it to build proper roads or proper government offices, or deliver those offices on projects time in time. So yeah, maybe people should start asking these questions at least to themselves before voting, or maybe that's the civic responsibility everyone should have. Okay, so yeah, this is was this is what ran in my mind, and I want to speak about it. I know this is not a structured thing, but that's what I want to convey to you. I want you to be in question. So start asking questions to yourself, and slowly that questions will evolve, and it will definitely might result in chaos. But as Lord Peter Baelish said, chaos is a ladder, and good things will come out of it. Okay, so that's it, guys. I will close this video. Thank you. See you tomorrow.